So in today's lesson, we are going to discuss the map labeling exercise. In the IELTS listening test, sometimes in section 2, we get a few questions on map labeling, and these questions always come in a set. Like there would be at least 5-7 questions on the same set of map, and this is a very I won't say tricky, but you need a lot of presence of mind while answering these questions. So you should be aware of various direction words when you are listening to the conversation. Before you even start listening to the conversation, you should make yourself aware of all the different directions. Like here, there is an arrow which says entrance. So probably the speaker will talk about this entrance, and when you enter this passage, so you have certain things on your left, certain things on your right. Fine. So you have to be careful about all the direction words. Directions like left, right, and even in some of the maps they do talk about directions like east, west, south, north. But in today's practice test, it only talks about left and right and other direction words, and it doesn't talk about the natural directions, that is east, south, west, and north. So before we start listening to the test, for your convenience, I have already typed the important direction words which you are going to listen in this audio, right? Like for example, the things which I have underlined are the key words which will help you locate the answers. Let's start.
Library, talking to a group of people who are visiting the library. Okay, everyone. So, here we are at the entrance to the town library. My name is...
Here we are at the entrance to the town library. So here we are. Where are we right now? At the entrance. Fine. Here we are at the entrance. So you have to focus your attention to this very particular spot, that the speaker is going to begin from this spot, and keep your pencil on this spot. Now you are at the entrance, and you see when you get a few seconds, the tape gives you a few seconds to look at questions 11 to 15. You should make yourself aware that if I am at the entrance, 11 answer should come. You see the name of a place on my left should be 11, on my right should be 12. Fine. So equip yourself, अपने आप को familiarize कर लीजिए इस मैप के साथ कि इसमें already क्या क्या चीज़ें mentioned है. Like this librarian desk is already given. This can act as a signpost, as a keyword. Then this library area is already mentioned, fiction is mentioned, seminar room is mentioned. So these things, non-fiction, library office, these will act as a signpost. Right? It will be helpful for me to stay, along with the speaker when she is navigating through this map. Okay, so we start here at the entrance.
Anne, and I'm the chief librarian here. And you'll usually find me at the desk just by the main entrance here.
So where will you find the librarian? Just by you find me at the desk. So she's sitting here. Okay.
Yeah. So, I'd like to tell you a bit about the way the library is organized and what you'll find where. And you should all have a plan in front of you. Well, as you see, my desk is just on your right as you go in.
So my desk is on your right. Fine. now she has talked about a direction, right. Rest, it is on your right hand side. So now she's going to explain first, I believe, the things which you will find on your right hand side. And you see, you have to choose answers from these options. Like they've given A to I options. It could be art collection, children books, computers, local history, meeting room, multimedia, periodicals, reference books, and tourist information. So we have to decide that out of these 11 to 15, which block or which room is, you see, dedicated for which item from this list. So now she's here at the right hand side, and probably I suppose, मैं अंदाज़ा लगा रहा हूँ कि पहले वो 12 नंबर की explanation देगी कि 12 नंबर स्पॉट जो है वो इनमें से कौन सा है A to I में से.
And opposite this, the first room on your left has an excellent collection of reference books and is also a place where people can read or study peacefully. Just
Right? So पहले उसने बताया I am at the right, and just opposite to it, left is, you see, a room where you can find a lot of reference books. So this should be H. Reference books. So this L is about direction. Fine. She said opposite to it on your left is the section for reference books. Okay. Now she's here. Let's continue with the tape.
beyond the librarian's desk on the right is a room where we have up-to-date periodicals such as newspapers and magazines. And this room also has a photocopier.
Fine. Then she said, just beyond the librarian's desk on the right. Fine. Beyond. Beyond is iske par. Fine. Isse aage there is room on the right. Fine. Where you find a section for periodicals. So this is G. Right. G is already taken.
In case you want to copy any of the articles. If you carry straight on, you'll come into a large room, and this is the main library area.
So the expression used here was if you carry straight on, सीधा चलते जाइए, straight, you reach a large room which has which is the main library area. यहाँ से अब हम यहाँ पहुँच गए. Now we again have to be careful कि अभी ये right को पहले describe करती हैं, right, या left को करती हैं. So here you have to be careful that where does she actually move, right or left?
There is fiction in the shelves on the left.
On the left,
and
okay.
non-fiction materials on your right.
On your right, okay.
And on the shelves on the far wall, there is an excellent collection of books relating to local history. We are hoping to add a section.
Right, so this is local history. On the far wall, यहाँ से जो सामने far wall है, that has a good collection of local history collection. Fine. So ये guide words उसने पहले ही बताए that on your left you have a section for fiction, on your right you have a section for non-fiction, and on the far wall. So wall ये वाली थी, far यहाँ से दूर सामने, इसके बारे में उसने बताया it has local history collection. Now she is here. ओके यहाँ से देखते हैं कि आगे ये लेफ्ट की तरफ डिस्क्रिप्शन मूव करती है या यहाँ से राइट की तरफ मूव करती है. ओके, लेट्स बी केयरफुल व्हाइल लिसनिंग.
On local tourist attractions too, later in the year. Through the far door in the library, just past the fiction shelves, is a seminar room, and that can be booked for meetings or talks.
This is already given.
And next door to that is the children's library, which has a good collection of stories.
So I'll just go back so that you can listen how she directed us to the next room.
Just past the fiction shelves is a seminar room, and that can be booked for meetings or talks. And next door to that is the children's library, which has a good collection of stories and picture books for the under 11s. Then there's a large room to the right of the library area. that's the multimedia collection, where you can borrow DVDs and so on. And we also have CD-ROMs you can borrow to use on your computer at home. It was originally the art collection, but that's been moved to another building. And that's about it. Oh, there's also the library office on the left of the librarian's desk. Okay. Now, does anyone have any questions? Yeah.
So this is how, you see, if you move along with the tape, you follow the directions, then there are chances कि आप कहीं गलत मुड़ेंगे नहीं. Fine. So you have to be very careful about the direction words. कब वो left की बात कर रही हैं? Now let's look at these words, you see, which I had already highlighted for you. It was just on your right. Fine. Opposite this, just beyond. If you carry straight, fiction is on the left. Right, non-fiction is on the right, and on the far wall, then there is a large room, like this word then, and then to the right of the library area, then on the left. So this test had all directions in terms of right, left, and next to. Fine. So you need to familiarize yourself with these direction words if you really want to get all answers correct on this map question. इसमें यह है कि अगर आपने एक टर्न भी गलत ले लिया, if you lose track of the tape, fine, उसने लेफ्ट कहा और आपने पेंसिल अपनी राइट घुमा ली, तो उसके बाद मुझे नहीं लगता कि आपको कोई भी आंसर ठीक मिलेगा. सो इसमें ऐसा भी होता है कि मैक्सिमम टाइम्स या तो सारे ही ठीक हो जाते हैं, और नहीं तो काफ़ी चंक ऑफ आंसर्स इसमें हमारा गलत होने के भी चांसेस रहते हैं. राइट. सो वी हैव टू बी careful about it. Okay.